But let's go look at the command that we ran. Can you tell me what the original command was? That's it. Rails generate scaffold topic. So topic, title, colon, string, and then what else is after that? Description. Text.
I think he needed to generate it. So
okay.
That
so we did this command, and we ended up with app, controllers, topics, plural. So topics, topic here became topics here. And that's a Rails convention. .rb. Now this file now has index, new, create, update, and edit, and delete, defs. Let's say I want to do new. So I go to new, it serves up new. Now what's happening here? Nothing's really happened here with this model thing. This model is the underlying data structure, abstraction, for what's in your database. So there's another abstraction, we're using SQLite today, and there's a table in the database, SQLite, and we have a table in here called topics. And so this plural singular is spread out through Rails. When we have something plural, that means this has many of them. There's many topics at this controller. When it's singular, it's like to say like this is about one of them. This is a particular one. And then there's a view that's about a set of topics, about many topics, and they all have the same views. New topics. Okay, so now if we go to topics new and we type something in and we push the button create or like submit, so new, we do a get request, HTTP get on the new page. That's what this does. This is a get. And then we go to the new page, we hit submit after typing in stuff. And then that goes, it tells the Rails server, it goes back to the Rails server, and it goes to HTTP, our server, and then it goes to topics, create, and this is a post. And post sends whatever was in the page, whatever is typed into the page. When you hit submit, it sends those values. It sends a value title and it sends a value description, and it sends it to create, and it goes into the topics controller. It goes into the topics controller at create, where it says def create. So it's just matching, it's kind of like it's pattern matching. It's matching this thing here is topics, that's topics there. New is this new here. New is this new here. There's also a create here. When it runs create, at the very end, it runs the HTML file. It always goes through the same pattern of like, first the controller, run the controller code. The controller code may run the model code, and then it also comes back, but no matter what, at the end, it always runs a view for the create, or for the action. These, in Rails parlance, this is an action, 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 action. So, when we say title, string, description, text, if you look in def create, you're going to see a line like this. You're going to see some auto-generated code, topic, dot, is it create or new? What do they use? New. Okay. They use new and then they do save. So they do new, params, this is auto-generated code, topic, is it singular or plural? I think it's singular. Yeah. Topic, topic new, and then it might be like T, or it might say topic, and then it's like some if condition, and it'll go T.save. So at this point, this is the model's job. So we have the controller. The controller's job is to intercept actions that are coming from web requests. The view's job is to display a human readable format. And the model's job is to coordinate storage and persistence of the details, the attributes of a resource, aka of a particular model. So we do save, and what that does is does insert. It runs something, it converts, so the model in Rails uses something called active record. And active record speaks a language that the database speaks, SQL. It says this. It says insert into topics. Insert into topics. Title. Description. Values. My SQL is a bit rusty because I always generate stuff to generate for me. Values, title, say we said, over here in the web form we type title, we type dance. And then for description, we type dancing bear. So active record, you'll see at the top of topic. So topic is a kind of active record. A kind of active record that saves. Save generates this statement. Then this statement goes into the database. And we have a topics table that has automatically an ID. And that's in the migration file. You'll see that. It also has a title. And it also has a description. So it used to be empty. One create happens. This insert gets generated. The database gets sent this insert statement. The database now has an auto-generated ID, 1, with the title, dance. And the description inserted. That's the whole request cycle. And this scaffold command basically generates all the code necessary for a complete request response cycle about a particular resource with all the HTML files needed, and it's a whole bunch of code. It's a lot of code, and it's a lot of code to understand. But once you understand it, you'll know what to take out, and you'll know where you want to add stuff. And if you want, you can even skip the scaffold part, and you can say, generate me a controller, or just generate me a model, or just generate me a migration, or just generate me a view, or blah, 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 blah. So this is really the big thing about Rails. This is why a lot of people started using it, and this is why it's good for beginners, to get a whole bunch of code that's sort of their own, and then they can start to tweak it, add colors, images, and understand MVC on the way, and basically start to unpack what has been packed into a variety of different abstraction layers. HTTP is an abstraction layer, get and post, convention abstraction layer, ERB abstraction layer, HTML abstraction layer, then these model, another abstraction layer, active record, another abstraction layer, turning into SQL, structured query language, another abstraction layer, a language that the database understands, going into the database, another abstraction layer on a disk construct, which ends up being some structured formatted data on the disk, sequential or linked, that actually has the values and is sitting on a spinning disk or a solid state drive. So that's scaffolding. Okay, thanks Bill.